Hey friends, welcome to Chine Coaching. Rob here, excited to be here in the video with you guys. In this video, we're going to talk about SOP, Statement of Purpose. We're in this series of how to study abroad here in America, and the Statement of Purpose is really important. We're going to talk about how to do it well, what are bad things that students do, and things that are going to determine whether or not you get into your dream college. So join us in this video about SOP. All right, we got our friend here, Nitesh. Nitesh, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Thanks, Rob. Hey guys, I'm Nitesh. I'm doing my master's in business analytics here at UT Dallas. I'm from Bangalore, back in India. Before coming here, I worked for 3 years as a business intelligence consultant, and right now I'm interning at trusted medical centers as a business analyst.
Yeah, his story about his internship is really cool. Hopefully we'll make a video some other day about that. He's also really involved in the Indian Student Association, helping lots of people. So Nitesh is really involved, has lots of experience, and has answered questions of hundreds and thousands of students. So he's a pro, not just his own journey, but guiding so many other people. We've got all these other videos in our Study Abroad series about tests. We're going to be covering other topics about documents of application. We're going to make another video about even using counseling, so be sure to check those out. But today we're really focused on Statement of Purpose. And Nitesh, what is the Statement of Purpose and why is this so important for the college application?
I'll start with why. Statement of Purpose is probably the most important document when you're applying for a university. Why is because as it says, it's a statement of purpose. It's what tells why you want to study at that university. It's like a story as to where you're coming from, what you have done before, what you're going to do in the university, and what is your future plan after studying in that university.
It's the why.
Yeah.
And you can't do anything. There's no how. There's no what without the why.
Yeah.
And the colleges want to know this why, and you communicate that in your statement of purpose.
Yeah.
So one thing you told me when we were discussing this is research. Why is research really important in communicating that why?
So you could write a statement of purpose which is very generic. Like you apply for 10 universities and you write the same statement of purpose for each and every university. But then that kind of shows that you've not done the research on the university. You would want to look into the university, their values, the coursework that they offered, what differs them from the other universities that you're applying for. And when you do that and when you show that in your SOP, it kind of stands out from the other applicants because the university knows that you have actually spent time and tried to understand that the university that you're applying to, why it matters to you a lot.
So one example is you talked about researching the values.
Yeah.
So when you looked at UT Dallas, what was the value that stood out to you there?
So when I was applying for UT Dallas, when I went through the websites, when I went through the social media, one thing which kind of stood out from the other values was diversity. UT Dallas kind of valued diversity a lot. So when I was writing my SOP, I kind of tried to show that I work well in a diverse group, that I work with people who come from different backgrounds. So yeah, that's something which can be doing my application.
And different colleges might value different things. It could be research, sports, academics, tradition, excellence. You kind of look for those key buzzwords on the websites, on their social media, and you'll kind of see what those themes are, and you can kind of use that language to describe yourself and sell yourself to the university. And Nitesh, tell the example of the research you did and how you kind of customized your SOP at Northeastern.
Yeah, so for Northeastern, when I was applying for their analytics program, there's this one course which I found that no other university was offering in their analytics program. That was game theory. So although I wasn't really that interested in game theory, but that's something which made Northeastern stand out from the other universities. So I put an additional paragraph in my SOP for Northeastern where I mentioned that how I'm going to utilize that specific course which they're offering and how I want to work more in that course and how I want to utilize that for my career.
Now, what would you say the college recruiters, what are they looking for in the SOP? What do they want to see? What do they want to hear?
In a short word, it's your story. They want to know your story. They want to know what you have done and why you applied to this university, what you plan to do in this university, and in the future, how are you going to utilize the resources which the university is offering you? How are you going to use that in the future and bring more accolades to the university and improve the name of the university?
So they want to see that you know what resources are available, how you're going to maximize those resources, and then after you graduate, you're going to be successful and then build the reputation of that college.
Exactly.
That's kind of the story they're excited about, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, what are maybe some good or bad examples of SOPs that you've experienced, you've read, you've wrestled with? What's maybe good and what's maybe bad with some SOP examples?
I just start with the most basic thing. The most important thing is the formatting. it should follow a clean and neat format. There should be, the first paragraph should give an introduction of yourself. Then you start with your past, like what you have done till now, and then the next part comes as to why, what you're going to do in university, what courses you're going to study, what kind of projects you want to take part in, and then you kind of, towards the end, you kind of build on how you're going to use the resources that the university is offering and how you're going to do more in the future. So that kind of a neat format has to be there, because if you kind of jumble up the format, it doesn't send a clear story. It sounds, something which you're not researched much upon and you're just writing on the go. That's the main thing.
So there's kind of a flow.
There's a flow.
Kind of a past, present, future, or beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. And what's next?
The second thing is grammar.
Okay.
It has to have a perfect grammar. The best solution for that is just install Grammarly on your laptops. It's a free tool. It just totally, helps solve all your grammar issues in your Word document, and it ensures that your SOP, it has the perfect grammar and it sounds perfect.
Okay, we'll put a link in the description of that for you guys.
Yeah.
And what about the length? How long should an SOP be?
So there is no clear, idea of how long an SOP should be. But one thing is that it should be to the point. You don't want to say something in 3 lines which you could just say in 1 sentence. Because the more the number of words you start adding to your SOP, the more complicated it starts sounding. And you want your story to be clear, concise, and just should hit the mark.
Talk about the amount of research that someone should do for a successful SOP.
The thing about SOP is that it's a never-ending process. Every day you can add something, you can remove something to make your SOP better and better and better. So I would suggest spend a few hours every day, maybe an hour, maybe a couple of hours, depending on how quickly you're able to do your research. And try to improve your SOP every day. It's fine if you apply to a university already using an older SOP. The next time you apply to a different university, use the better SOP so your chances improve.
So yeah, the SOP is so important, one of the most integral factors for your application.
Yeah.
So for the chai question today, we're going to ask, what is the dream college that you guys want to get into?
Yeah.
Hopefully with a really good crafted SOP, it'll get you into that dream college. So comment below, what is your top couple of dream colleges that you really want to get into America? We'd love to hear and see what that is. So let us know in the comment section. Nitesh, one thing you kind of compared this SOP to was a cover letter.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So when you're applying for jobs in US, you'll have to obviously send your resume. In addition to that, there's something called a cover letter. So this is basically you trying to sell yourself, like you sell your skill set to the recruiters. And that is somewhat like an SOP, because you talk about your story, that what you have done in the past and what you can do for the recruiter. So it's somewhat like when you're applying for university, you kind of tell what you did in the past and how you can improve the reputation of the university. Similarly, you kind of tell to the recruiter that how I can improve your company, where my skill set is really useful for your company. So if you're kind of perfect how to write an SOP, in the future it will help you write a cover letter as well.
That's great. Good practice.
Yeah.
Kind of similar thinking.
Yeah.
Any final tips you want to leave people with for making a great SOP?
Just continue doing your research. Spend as much time as you can on it. It's a very important thing to write. It helps you stand out from all the other students who are applying for the university. So a well-written, simple, to the point SOP will really help you get that dream university that you're aiming for.
And I would say make it personal. Again, the goal in America, whether you're applying for a college or applying for a job, is to stand out and not blend in. If you're just copy-pasting a generic SOP, you're going to sound like everyone else, or if you just download something off the internet or pay some counselor. So make it personal, because they want to see you as a person, not just a number. And so the more personal touch, that's going to really help you out, especially in those top tier colleges. They want a holistic person. So yeah, Nitesh, that was awesome advice. I learned a lot today. So yeah, follow his advice. It's going to guide you guys well to be successful and get in those colleges you guys want to. And thanks for joining us at Shine Coaching. Don't forget to subscribe. And if this video was helpful, if Nitesh did a great job, give a big like. And connect with us online on social media, where we continue to help you guys succeed here in America. And we'll see you guys next time at Shine Coaching. Thanks for joining us.
See you guys.
Thanks, Nitesh.
Thank you, Rob.